welcome everybody to another great episode of Real Life Matters. This episode has been brought to you today by Advanced World Media Production Studio. Get your promos done, get anything you want done over there at Advanced World Media. But today I got a real special guest that's coming in from New York, and he's a two-time Grammy-nominated artist, music producer, and he's doing a film executive film producer, and he's doing so much these days. But we're gonna find out exactly what he is, because we're gonna find out where he's from, what he's doing. Mikey J. How are you?
How you doing? How you doing?
You're looking good there.
I try a little something, you know. Try to get a little stiffy.
So, can you tell everybody, Mikey J, where you come from, what's your background?
Well, I originated from my father's scrotum, who had some things going on with my mother's ovaries.
Your mother's ovaries. Okay.
And then I came through the womb. So I'm originally from New York State, New York City, the South Bronx. I was born in Harlem, and I was raised in the Bronx, but I was back and forth between the Bronx, the South Bronx, Harlem, and the Lower East Side, because my grandmother and my aunt, they would take care of me while my mother worked as a nurse.
Okay. All right. So, what's your Caribbean background?
Oh man, it's a beautiful thing. I am very proud of my roots. I was very cultivated in the aspect of who I am as a genetic with my genetic makeup. My grandfather is from Tobago. That's the indigenous island across from Trinidad,
Okay.
and my grandmother is from a reservation in Oklahoma.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
yeah,
you got some little Caribbean flavor going through you there.
yeah. Hey, listen, it's a blessing to have been brought up in the Caribbean culture, as well as, of course, the American culture and the indigenous culture as well. And just to have all those um, genetic makeup flowing through my bloodline, it's just a blessing, you know.
Well, you got so much stuff going on with you, and it's all positive. You're a part of so many things. You're not just you're a rapper. That's how you started off as a rapper, right?
Actually, I started out DJing. I was DJing neighborhood parties on Boston Road, 168th Street, 169th Street, and Boston Road. And then I started. I've always been rapping. I was rapping with friends of mine, Keith Nut, and a friend of mine named Niger. They actually influenced me to rap, and we were kids. I was watching them, and I was like, yo, I could do it too. So we were rapping, and they really influenced me to rap. And then I went from, you know, rapping, breakdancing on the corner, stuff like that.
You did
So
breakdancing too. Wow.
yeah, breakdancing, got the boogie, pop lock, doing it all that. And then I transitioned when I got a little older to DJing, and then from DJing I went to producing music. My first piece of machinery was the Lexus SR16, and then I bought a Casio keyboard with the yellow drum pads on it and the keys with it, and then it just went from there. So from DJing to producing, always been rapping, and just going further with it. Then I paused for a little while, and then I just got back into it full fledged.
All right. So, who have you worked with in the industry? So, for the people that don't know who you are, and people, he was a Grammy nominated recording artist. So, for people that don't know, but so you can tell us who you've worked with in the industry.
So let's start with the pioneers of hip hop, and I gotta start with them because without the forefathers of hip hop, there wouldn't be hip hop. So I've had the blessing of working with Terrorist One. I actually did two songs as an MC on Terrorist One album, Self Construction, and unfortunately that album wasn't released. But on that album, you got Life Jennings, you got myself, you got Cassidy, you got Fat Joe, you got so many MCs on that album that I'm so disappointed it didn't come out. Hopefully, he will let it out one day. But that was years ago. So I had the honor and blessing of working with Terrorist One, Dana Dane. That's a big role. Nice and Smooth. That's Greg Nice and Smooth B. Roxanne Shante. Going to different events with her. And just some Cool Herc, the godfather of hip hop, Grandmaster Murray Mel, Grandmaster Cash, Jazzo, who actually discovered Jay-Z and he actually nurtured Jay-Z. And so just Google Jazz O. And R&B, I work with Allure, Q from Day 26. I work with Kelly Clarkson. I work with Sting, Black Rob, DMX, and just so many other mainstream artists in the mainstream. Bone Crusher, Nicole Ray, and a whole lot more. And I work with a lot of aspiring artists as well.
Okay. So, how did you feel that you won 43 awards for your philanthropist? So you won. How do you feel? Like you just kicking it out the box, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't actually anything that I was awarded. It was and I was a recipient of honors. I was honored, and I was honored actually 44 times. As of last year, it was 44 times now, and it's just something that I never asked for. I didn't ask to be validated, or I didn't seek any validity in my community activism, or me being a musical artist or anything of that nature. It's just my publicist at that time, Nicole Lester, who's still part of the team. She told me in 2000, early 2000s, 2010, hey, listen, you have to, accept the fact that people are acknowledging, and for you to be acknowledged, you know, don't scarf your nose up at it. Accept it, be humble, be grateful and gracious, because they know, my team definitely knows that I'm not the type of guy to broadcast the fact that I've done all this stuff in the community and I continue to do so. I just do it because I'm my brother's keeper, and just to let the public know, when I speak about things that I do in the community, I do I feed the homeless, I provide clothes, I'll hop out I'll hop out a car, give money. If I got food, I give food. I've been doing toy drives for 19 years out of my own pocket. Um, and just so much more. I'm a benefactor for 3 schools in the Bronx. And I just do a lot, and I don't ask for media coverage because I do it because that's what I want to do. My mother was that type of person.
And
So,
you did a daycare. You started up a new home daycare, correct?
yeah, St. Samuel Daycare Group, 2 other daycare groups in the Bronx, and it's just a real great feeling. It's a great feeling to see smiles on kids' faces who can't afford cap and gowns, or can't afford school supplies, or school or clothes to go to school. It's just a real blessing to have the ability to provide for those who cannot provide for themselves. And so that's what I've been honored for, along with my musical contributions to the music industry.
All right. So tell us about the Women in Cinema Film Festival. The
Oh,
African American Women in Cinema Film Festival.
African American Women in Cinema, created and founded by one of the most beautiful spirits that I can call beautiful queen, who actually truly wears her crown, Miss Tara Renee. Um, to be asked to be a presenter and then end up being a sponsor for a couple of the film festivals and things that she did. It was a no brainer. Here you have a black woman who is doing something positive and uplifting to encourage other black women filmmakers and content creators. That's a blessing. And my mother would have did it. My mother actually instilled empowering and uplifting other people, and she was actually nurturing me and rearing me up to be who I am, and I didn't even know it. So one day I said, "Hey, I want to do this too," and that's because my mother already was instilling that within me. And the African American Women in Cinema is one of the, it's just really one of the dopest things, man, that I've been a part of, and I'm proud to know Tara Renee. I'm proud to have been part of it, and I will continue to support her in her endeavor.
Wow. And you're a part of an organization, which is something that's so important now for people to be doing. And you're part of keeping the guns off the streets. Tell us about that.
So basically, my past, um, I come from, I've done some unsavory things in the streets back then, and you have to pay it forward. For you to call yourself a king, you have to be a leader, not a follower. And
Correct.
as a leader, I had to say, hey, listen, do you want to continue on a path that is looking very dark for you, or do you want to finally get on the path that God laid before you? So when I'm out here now taking guns off the street, it's not like I'm walking up on somebody and like, yo, give me that. And no,
I don't think anybody be walking up to somebody who has a gun and tell them, I don't care if you're activist or what.
I have conversations. I go city to city, and I have conversations with young gang members, gang leaders, and me being an ex, you know, person of that culture,
Mhm.
it only sound better coming from somebody like me or my big brother Cam Stone, who was a Sony, and other people who were just like me, in the street. And right now, a very good brother of mine who I've known for a long time, Billy Delgado, he's out there pounding the pavement every day, 7 days a week, 365, with the guns down, life
Well,
up.
you're doing 366 days a week, you and somebody else I know that are sitting in their studio.
Yeah. So, Billy Delgado, he's out there pounding the pavement with guns down, life up. And he's actually doing his damnness and his best to make a difference out there in the streets of New York and the five boroughs, especially the Bronx.
And then you're also a spokesman for the NAACP.
Yeah. That came by way of the organization Peace December. They're sponsored by the United Nations. I was the New York ambassador for that organization. And that's where I met Tara Renee at. And Tara Renee then introduced me to Mr. Barony Burke, who's the Bronx president of the NAACP chapter out of that borough. And we just built a great rapport, and to know him and just to listen to him and sit down with him, it was a great situation. And he made me the spokesperson for the campaign that he created called "What's the 411 on the 50" campaign. And what that was about was basically me going around the five boroughs or different cities, educating the ignorant who were ignorant to the law or ignorant to the education and the law and the guidelines of different municipalities of police conduct, the Constitution, how to conduct themselves during a traffic stop, just basically how to deal with police to avoid confrontation. Now, not for nothing, you can be the, you know, you could be the greatest spirit on the planet, and sometimes confrontation, you know, some of these police, they don't care how nice you are, how respectful you are, they're still gonna go overboard with it. But my responsibility with the NAACP out of that Bronx chapter was definitely to educate and just get Black and brown and Latino men and women the knowledge, wisdom, and comprehension and understanding of how to interact with police during a traffic stop or even a street stop.
Okay. So you also are a United States Peace Ambassador.
Yes.
Wow. You're gonna, we're gonna have to put 1, 2, 3, 4 right down the middle.
So after my tenure with Peace
Yes.
December was up, I created my organization, Dynamic Artists for Peace. And when I created Dynamic Artists for Peace, I linked up with a very, very good, a very great man. And he was with the United Nations, he still is. And they sponsored me as a United States ambassador for my organization through the United Nations.
Okay. Well, we got Vance here, Vance McKenzie. He wants to come in and say something. Sometimes we do that here on Real Life Matters. You know, we just let people jump in, but he's going to jump in. Here he is, Vance McKenzie.
No, I'm just
My
honored.
DJ.
I'm just so honored. I'm so honored to meet you, and really privileged to be a part of anything you are representing. I thank you so much, and your influence and your power and your energy is going to help us people up here. So it's very widespread what you're doing. So I'm just giving you, from Vance World Media, I give you a personal thank you, and I look forward to you coming up here and working anything with you. Even if we got a sandwich together, I'll be happy.
I appreciate that, King.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and good job, DbossKim. Very good guest you got here.
And we both got on red.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Good to meet you. Keep on. I'm gonna keep your lady.
All right. Thank you. And also now we're gonna get to your part that you got films.
Huh?
Films going on. You're doing film producing.
Oh, my films. Yeah.
Films.
Yes, man.
Movies.
So, right now, we're still touring, and we have our first official release of my film right here, Hopeless Romantic, as y'all can see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a great run up and down the East Coast, and I'm going to the West Coast soon. People really been loving the film, giving us great praise and great feedback in their testimonials.
So tell us a little bit about the movie. Don't give away the whole thing so that people don't want to go see it. Just a little.
Hopeless Romantic is what I would consider a non-dramatic, non-ratchet love story. Well, it's a romantic comedy, and it's starring Julius Dorsey as Gator, Aisha Saran as Casey Martin, and it's co-starring Britton Carter as Mr. Chuck, Donna Worthy Hines as Nani, and Ernetta Caldwell, who plays the character Tennessee Waters. Even that character Tennessee Waters that I came up with, Tennessee is of course for the name, but the last name Waters is me paying homage to one of the strongest Black American females in the United States Congress, Maxine Waters. That's where I got that last name from. So I created that character to be that strong Black American queen who fought the good fight. And when you see the film, it's a great film. I don't gotta sell it. The testimonials, you yourself, everyone out there, they will love the film. And it's just a blessing to have sold out theaters. And all the reactions has been just positive, and I thank God and Jesus Christ for that. The next film being released it was originally 3 parts, but I created a first installment, a prelude to lead into the actual 3 chapters, and that's my most anticipated film, Keys and Cuffs. And the first chapter, which is actually a prelude, is Keys and Cuffs Before the Bag. I play New York police detective Antonio Cuff.
So you act in this one.
Yeah, yeah. And Antonio Cuff, he goes through a serious situation surrounding his daughter. And it's just crazy how you gotta see it. I don't want to give it away, but it's a tearjerker. You gotta see it, and that comes out in July 11th. And then,
just next month that comes out.
Huh?
Just next month.
Yeah, next month, July 11th, and then August, Keys and Cuffs the movie comes out.
Okay.
And then as that touring and other things, we're gonna be filming my film Time Matters in July. Then in August we're gonna be filming Keys and Cuffs 2, and then we're filming Colorblind, and then a movie called The Deception. So altogether, I have about 2 films coming out this year, and we got 7 other productions of mine, including a TV series that is slated for releases next year and the year before that, year after that.
Wow. So the one you said The Hopeless Romantic is right now. It's in the theaters now.
Yes, we're going city to city, doing red carpet premieres.
Okay.
You know, it's called a slow rollout, and it's like a presidential campaign. You know, you want to shake hands, kiss the baby, give them lollipop, and that's what I'm doing. You know, I want to meet the public. I want to greet the public. You know, and hear from them themselves what they thought about my film. Not no critics, but thank you to the critics as well, because the critics are really in love with Hopeless Romantic. So thank you to them as well. A big shout out to all the media that came out, as well as New York, man. You got Keys to the Street Radio. They came out, covered the red carpet in Long Island, New York, at the Belmore Playhouse. Thank you to the Belmore Playhouse. Thank you to Cincinnati, Julie down there in Cincinnati. These people really embraced that film. And Keys to the Streets Radio, they will tell you, when they seen that film, they said that's one of the best films, if not the best film they've seen in a long time. And I want to say thank you to all of them. And that's from the media directly.
Wow. So all of your successes and your stories and your movies that you're putting together, that all comes from within you. So
Yes,
what more is everybody going to see from you? Because you've got a big roster and you've got a big mandate there. So what more can we expect?
Yeah, so a lot of my fans, you know, I don't like to call them fans, I like to call them family, but, you know, a lot of my supporters, they always ask, William, am I still doing music? So I dropped a single called Phenomenon of a few months back, and I just recently dropped not just one, but 3 other singles. Blowing Through, All Night, and Ready, Set, Go. So I really, really got my music back out there. Thank you to Gil Toskis over at Sony. You know, I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm being booked to judge showcases, host music festivals or music seminars or film seminars or film festivals. I'm just being booked a lot for a lot of the things that I'm about, and I'm being booked as a public speaker to speak about the gun violence, to speak about the economical problems going on in the Black and brown communities as well. So I'm just out here. I'm doing a lot. I'm pounding the pavement, and I'm just rolling with the punches, you know.
Well, you got some You got some new songs here that you had come out too. You know, all night. Tell us
I'm
about
sorry.
that.
Say it again.
Your songs all night.
Uh-oh. All night.
Why you saying oh?
All night is not a All night is not a song for the men, not a song for the fellas at all.
It's
Now,
not a
if the
song
fellas,
it's a woman's song.
yeah, if the fellas are gonna listen to that song, go home and handle your business, bro. That's all I say.
Well, we gotta
That,
sing this song. Well,
now listen, yo, put that mouth to work, fellas. Put that mouth to work.
well, we gotta play a little bit of this song. So because I want to hear it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the women want to hear that too.
Hey,
If this is what it is, you know, all night. Let's go all night.
So to kick off your shoes, spend those times so people can talk to you. It's just drop, put it on you because after tonight we gon' do what you do all night, yeah. All night, yeah. All night, yeah. All night, I'm gonna do you, girl, all night, yeah. All night, yeah. All night, yeah. All night, out. And yo, I just want a chance to give this private dance. Me and you, shorty, sandwich, only fans. You got that from head to toe, forget about your man. Throw my hands between your legs, get to that cellophane. It's a high roll back, and the knees get deep. When you blow on your box, have you put them satin sheets. Have a collar, beat it up, you properly. Ain't no laying in the game, so let's get it poppin'. All night, yeah. All night, yeah, yeah. All night, yeah, yeah. All night, I'm gonna girl all night. Listen, that then on the basket, brown skin, butter pecan, type basket. Every 6 double D's ain't in the race. Fresh pedicure, indigenous face. Complexion, eyes of a better. I wanna go all night, yeah, let me tell her. Stop, promise you can hit a missionary. Speaking shit, that's not in the dictionary. I will ease your mind, I will soothe your pain. Let your head down, let me get between them legs. Oh Lord, I'm a dog, cause you let me pay. Nah, cause you let me pay. All night, yeah. All night, yeah, yeah. All night, yeah, yeah. All night, I'm giving you, girl, all night.
Wow, that is for the women and the ladies out there.
Let's go, fellas. Go home. Put that mouth to
Play
work.
that one after. We gotta tell people for women only.
Exactly.
While the men can listen to it, so they know what they have to do for the women only. Correct?
Yeah, because you know, look, it's a lot of women. They love to be made love to, but a lot of them sometimes they want to get crazy with it. I won't say the F word, but you know what I mean.
Oh.
And that's what that's about. Put in a headlock. You got to put in a headlock.
Well, this is real life matters, people. You want to be in a headlock, that's all you. So tell us about Ready, Set, Go.
Yeah, ready for set go. See, ready for set go. Y'all. So ready set go is what I would call a trap song with lyrical content in it, straight for the street. You got some women who love street music too, and That's for my fellas as well. So ready, set, go. Meaning like, yo,
Yeah,
let's go, let's
let's
go.
hear a taste of this. Ready, set, go. You're ready, you're set, you go. That's
Because my life is ready, set, go. I'm always ready, set, go.
okay. That's good too. So how long do you have the video for that one?
I'm actually shooting a video for All Night and Ready, Set, Go next month.
Okay.
Definitely. All Night is going to be a video where I want nothing but dancing. But like slow, sensual dancing, romantic dancing, the tango, whining, Caribbean dances, Latin dances. I want those kind of women who can dance like that very sexually, but yet tastefully,
Not look like a wall or something.
very classy and very classy.
Right. All right. So you're just doing it's just so many things happening with you, boy. We just have to really dissect you, and we're going to have to bring it back. We have to bring it back.
I will have my paper by the time I come back. It's only one paper I got to, and the border patrol agent, especially border patrol agent Sawyer, he really helped me out, and I'm looking forward to coming back. 911.
Right. Well, that's
but
okay.
I have an announcement to
That's
make.
what I was going to ask you.
And you can ask it.
No, you can tell them your announcement that you're going to make.
So, Hopeless Romantic, the movie, and Season Cuffs, and quite obviously my films. I just signed a beautiful, beautiful contract and licensing agreement with Dame Dash Studios and Homestead Entertainment. It's one of the best contracts and best deals that I was afforded, and I ran with the ball, and I'm looking forward to releasing Hopeless Romantic and every other film I have through Dame Dash Studios and Homestead Entertainment.
Wow. That's so happy. I'm so happy for you. God, you look happy. Everybody, probably your whole team is happy. Everybody beside you.
Very. Britton Carter, Shawnee Williams, we'll find out today from the announcement. Shout out to Shawnee Williams, Donna Worthy Hines, Britton Carter, the love of my life, Bella Ray, the love of my life, my son Jaden Jones, the love of my life, my baby girl, DeAndrea, Janae, my entire team, Teresa Teresi, the entire team, Kim Roper, my agents, my management, the record label Sony that I just signed a deal with them. So for my music, and God bless, man. I'm gonna ride this high.
And we're all happy for you at Real Life Matters, or everybody is happy for seeing that. And like, wow, it's just amazing.
Thank you. And I actually have something for you, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
have to I have to get it to you when I see you.
okay, thank you. I need because I can wear that. Or
This
you can
is your
just put
hopeless.
it in the mail.
This is your hopeless romantic hat. This is for you.
Okay. So what is that? Is it color orange or is it red?
This is red with black lettering
Okay.
with your 3D erase.
Okay. Well, that's great. Okay, so I'm telling you, Mikey J, this has been something. I know on the movies your name is Michael Stephen Paul, so probably will. That's to separate this from this, right? You're two. All right.
Oh, hold up. I'm sorry. Can you go back? I didn't hear that.
Oh, no, so you have Mikey J and then you have Michael Stevens Paul. So I guess the movie separates for your Michael Stephen Paul and then Mikey J, the artist, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I've been called Mikey my entire life.
All right.
And Jay is for Jones, my last name. Michael Stephen Paul is for corporate purposes, my film career as an actor, as a director, as a writer, as a producer. So as my writing credit is a Michael Stephen Paul film when I'm writing my scripts. Acting, directing, producing, Michael Stephen Paul. The only thing I left off was Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other shout outs that you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, man, I just want to say shout out to everyone that's been supportive of me. Everyone that has always, Lewis Gorden, Elizabeth Martin, just so many other people. And, that's why I don't like, I just like giving shout outs to just generally, because it's hard to remember everyone,
I know.
And some people are like, yo, you forgot me, to my nieces, or to my niece and my nephew, Skylar and Julian, to my little cousins, they be out there with me filming as well, holding that boom mic. My cousin Nolan, my cousin Samir, who this kid is 7 years old and take pictures as if he was a 30-year-old person, and my little cousin Kai, man, I love you, man, and I gotta give a shout out to my niece Egypt, which is Bella Ray's niece, my niece-in-law. I don't call my niece-in-law. I even put her in my film, and she's a little old thing. She's like 3 years old now, but she's little old thing. I try to shout out everybody, man. Everybody that had a hand in making all my films successful. Because I can write a script all day. But without me directing and coaching and producing these actors, and these actors doing their due diligence to bring my vision to fruition, it's just another script on the shelf. So you have to acknowledge your actors as well. You have to acknowledge your boom operator. You have to acknowledge any and everybody that is putting forth the effort to bring your dream to fruition.
So when do you write these things, at night or just when you get the the creativity coming through your mind, or when do you do it?
Yes, ma'am. When it's the creativity, it just happens, and I could be listen. I'm gonna be honest. I could be in a drive-through. I could be in the bathroom. Light bulb goes off. You know, there's just so many things that just get my creative juices flowing.
Wow. Well, it's been a pleasure, for you to just even, to come on and even have the strength to come on after the little ordeal. But it doesn't matter. That's something, it's just a little setback. And, that's something you're gonna be here and you're gonna see us here in the flesh.
But you know what? I look at it as God stopped me at that point to take this information back to rappers, to singers, to actors,
Yes.
to producers and directors who may not know.
They may not know. A lot of people don't know.
I told the Border Patrol agent, because I'll be honest, I thought I was going to end up in cuffs.
Oh,
I was gonna end up in cuffs because my criminal background is 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 serious, but it's not serious enough to keep me out of Canada, and I'm thankful for that.
wow.
And I'm thankful for that. So, the Border Patrol agent Sawyer, he educated me, gave me some literature that I need, and I'm gonna get the letter that I need, and I'm also going to apply for temporary residency up there that I can get.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you
So
come live next door to us?
yeah. So I just say that to say I'm going to definitely take this information. I'm gonna go live probably tomorrow, and I'm gonna get the information out there to everybody who's looking to travel um, to Canada or Mexico or any other country that they want to film in or shoot a video or do a magazine shoot, whatever. So I definitely have to be my brother's keeper and give that information out.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody out there, that has a book. I just shot my first Mercedes Benz commercial, and it came out great. They loved it, and I'm looking forward to doing more with Mercedes Benz. Um, I'm also looking forward to shooting other people's novels and books. So anybody out there that's interested in having great visuals, great audio, great editing, great shot selection, you can email me at AIGNE Film Group MSP for Michael Stephen Paul. AIGNE Film Group MSP at gmail.com. In the attention of in the subject, you're gonna put attention Michael Stephen Paul, and in the brief description, you're gonna put down why you're emailing me. And all I ask is not to have my time or wasted, my time and
Right.
energy wasted. And you got to have a budget. If you don't have my initial fee, which I must disclose legally, I will always work with any and everybody who is taking this serious, who loves the culture, the art, the creativity of film, who's not going to waste my time or my crew and on my team. And we can definitely put out some great content. And anybody that's looking to play with me, please miss me with that and keep that over there.
That's the word. If you're coming to play, you stay over there.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
don't have time for it. People don't realize it.
Oh, and I'm shooting a TV series for Dr. Lou Gippy. It's called Cougars.
Cougars.
COOGARZ. That's how I spelled it. I'm directing it. I'm producing it. She's writing it, and I definitely give some creativity to it. But she is the brainchild behind Cougars, and Dr. Lou Gippy is one of the dopest spirits, man. Like her, Donna Worsley Hines, and Kim Roper, and just all of y'all. Y'all just so positive, and you are the type of people that I really applaud and give flowers and roses to. So big shout out to Dr. Lou Gippy. How do I forget that lady? I can't do that.
Oh.
So look out for and Cougars is starring Shawnee Williams, Katrina Allen, LaToya out of North Carolina, and quite a few other people. So look out for that. We already started filming, and I leave June 11th to go down to Cincinnati to film some scenes with Mr. Britton and Miss Lydia, and then I leave June 13th. To go to Florida. I got a big media day down there with Tori A. Jones and her entire team. So I'm looking forward from what we say 904th M. Don't kill me, Tori, when you see this. 904th M or 924th M. I can't remember, but please, Tori, don't kill me. Please.
She won't. All right. So, stick around. Just don't sign off so quickly, Mikey J, but we're going to close it off. But it was a pleasure having you come on and tell us about all these fabulous things that is going on with you and that has went on and that's currently going on and will continue and we will continue to grow. So I really do want to thank you for being my guest today, my special guest.
You mind if I take us out with a prayer? Because I normally lead us when we're on
Yes.
set, whether I'm on set or I'm on stage performing. I always open up with a prayer and I close with a prayer.
Yes. Go ahead.
Let's take us out. Dear God, thank you for bringing us here today on this beautiful day, even with the rain behind me. Without you, there is no me. Without you, there is no us. Without anyone, there is no being. And I really want to thank you, our Lord Jesus Christ, and everybody else. Big shout out to Vance. Peace for the blessing on Vance and his endeavors, as well as Miss DBoss and everybody else out there doing something positive, constructive, and uplifting and empowering, not just in the black and brown community, but in the communities of this world, because this is your world, God. This is your humanity. And it's only up to people like us to make it great and correct the wrongs that have been wrong. Amen.
Amen. So everybody, bye for now.
Bless y'all. See you.